What's up, y'all? It's your girl, J. Renee with Prison Riot Radio. I hope that you're doing well. This evening, we got brother Tyrone Norwood on the phone. We're going to talk to him about the things that happened in his case and some of the things that he hopes for the future that we can help him out with. All right? What's up, bro? How you doing?
Oh, man. Pleasure to be here, man. Pleasure to be here. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, most definitely. I know it took us a little bumps and bruises to get here, but I'm glad that we finally did connect. You know what I mean? We got a lot to talk about, so let's jump right into it. Tell the people a little bit about yourself and where you're from.
Oh, well, I'm from Chester, Pennsylvania. My name's Tyrone Norwood. For the most part, with me, I'm just a simple person. At the end of the day, I mean, right is right, wrong is wrong. I also stand for it, like, if you mean it, you do it, and then you stand up and fight for it if it's an injustice or if it's wrong. So that's what I'm here doing today, you know what I mean?
For sure.
Fighting.
Right, definitely fighting. So let's tell the people what you're fighting for. So you've been behind the G-Wall for 18 years, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So tell the people, why you behind the G-Wall.
Well, the sad part, I'm behind the G-Wall for real because racial injustice, racial bias sentencing. Situation happened. Me and my friends was gathering around, had a party. Gun accidentally went off. People was horse playing with it. Didn't know it was bullets in the gun. Gun goes off. Shoots and kills my friend. The sad part is a life was lost. The sad part again was it was my friend. But the bad part is she was white.
Mm-hmm.
And that was when I really started noticing, man, that everything is really a color thing. It's really a skin color issue. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't believe how if everybody's saying this was an accident or the court records are showing that this gun went off with no intent on my part, how could I be charged with murder first?
Right.
Two, why am I not charged with a lesser included offense? And then three, like, why am I even like in this type of situation anyway? But as I said before, it's just a skin color issue, and it's like I never thought this shit would affect my life. Excuse me, I ain't never think it'd affect my life the way it has. This is a real situation.
Yeah, for sure. So 18 years ago. So how old were you when this happened?
I was 22.
22 years old. So you said that. You was at a gathering and it was some horseplay and your friend got shot. So that means that there were other people there that was a witness to this.
Correct.
Okay. So when you had your day in court, were they given the ability to testify, or did they testify? Like, what happened with that?
This is where it gets crazy at, because the whole time, since I'm from Pennsylvania, the rules is different. Cause I'm locked up in Delaware, so the rules is totally different. So I kept going back and forth with my lawyer. I want to go to trial. I didn't do this. Dave was with me at first. But then it started getting tricky, and I started noticing they've been playing with stuff, because then they said I was inappropriately indicted under murder first. So I'm like, that's weird. So y'all inappropriately indicted me. What was I supposed to be indicted for? Also, why don't y'all change it to the right indictment? Never happened. Then the whole time I was going to trial, they kept saying, you're not going to win this. I'm trying to save your life. You from out of state. You in Delaware now. They're not going to let you win this trial. You're going to lose your life. And I'm not going to BS. Like, at the end of the day, they was getting to me a little bit, but I still held firm. I was like, nah, I won't go to trial. So right after then, he came in and was like, well, the mother just lost a son. The politics, because of the skin color issue, and obviously you black, you're going to lose, man. So what I want you to do is take this plea, the 18 years, 15 years minimum mandatory, 3 years mandatory for the weapon, and you can get out of jail. I told them no. 2 days before trial, they brought my family in, talked me in. I said no again while we was going to trial. They said, all right, just 18 years. I took the plea. I took it. I ain't want to play with my life, man. And it's sad because I hate that they bended my arm like that. And it's hard at the end of the day when you got so many people, like, you killed the white person. And it's not even that I killed the white person, but that's just how it looks. And that's what he was explaining to me. Like, they not seeing it that was your friend. They don't care if it was your friend. All they see is a young black man from out of town killed a white woman. And that's what they see. And you're not going to win.
Right. So I understand. And you was young. I can imagine Being young, facing that kind of thing, it's like your back is up against the wall type of thing, right?
Correct. It's a different situation.
So they said 18 years and you served 18 years. So why am I still talking to you through the wall? What's going on?
Man, what's really going on was the fact that they lied. And what the judge did was he wouldn't look at the evidence. And the judge basically said, if you plead, I'm going to give you the less is 18. But if you decide to go to trial and get manslaughter, I'm going to give you the high end, which is 30. So that's part of the reason, too. So when I took the plea, after a lot of talking, the judge gave me 30 years. So we was trying to figure out, how did I get 30 years? And everybody's saying this is an accident, and they know it was an accident, and they know it's not intentional.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when it just came down to my mom when she was still alive. She like, Ty, they just railroaded you because the victim was white. If they in court saying it was an accident and it's not intentional, how did you get 30 years? Like that, I don't even understand that type of justice. Like, how is that possible? It happened. It happened.
So I want to double back. So yeah, the witnesses was there. Did they give them? They didn't even get to say anything because the plea, huh?
No, yeah, they definitely didn't, but they had the evidence.
Right.
Like, even like my police reports, so my police reports show out of four witnesses, all three of them, all four of them said it was an accident. They never seen a gun in my hand. I've never seen a gun in my hand.
Right.
One of them said they never seen me point no weapon, and then one of them said I just heard a shot. But then, for some reason, like the guy, he said, well, I seen him point a gun at me, but then my lawyer was like, but you never said that. You never told police that he pointed a gun at you. You said you never heard a shot. But the bad part was they never presented that in my legal work. They never presented that.
Wow.
They never presented it.
Okay.
So these are like all the stuff I learned after. So you know, like after the plea, it was like, oh man, well the bull said I ain't never did it, and then damn, y'all inappropriately indicted me under murder first. So I kind of get what they was doing the whole time, man. It's just a sad situation.
Right. So when did you find out that that the 18 wasn't good enough? Did you just find this out?
Yeah, recently.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Well, recently, I did some inquiring on my own and started looking at the lawyers and stuff like that. So all the lawyers is like, yo, they railroaded you at a harsh sentence. But they said the 18 was minimum mandatory. Now it's a possibility I can get out.
Right.
However, it's just the lawyers don't nobody want to touch a case like mine. Like they see the injustice, but they just afraid to touch it.
All right, bro. I'm glad you made it back. So we was talking about, the last thing we was talking about was with the lawyers and stuff. So you've reached out to some different counsel and nobody had touched the case. Like, tell us a little bit more about that.
Absolutely, man. Like that struggle, that was a whole job and a half. Like reaching out to them and basically like I kind of like the paperwork I sent you, I sent them, which is the facts of the crime.
Mm-hmm.
So when I sent them that and they read it, like some of them said like some disturbing stuff like, well, you in Delaware, and then a lot of them said, to be honest, was like, well, you know, times has changed. That was 2004. So I kind of got upset. So he was like, basically, like, you know this is wrong, so it was allowed in 2004 and you knew it. But now since it's 22, like, you don't want to help get behind it because for fear of reprisal or anything such like that, or to change your record or tarnish your case. I don't know.
Right.
But that's what the majority of them was saying all the time. Like, man, I'm sorry this happened to you. This was such a harsh sentence. It shouldn't have been like this. You know, I don't understand how you got this amount of time. But nobody would
touch the case.
Get on my case.
Well, you know, you might not know, but I'm originally from Wilmington, Delaware, right? So every time they kept saying this is Delaware, they got this thing called the Delaware Way. And pretty much what that is black and brown people get fucked over by the police and the judicial system. And if they do get caught with their pants down, they try to pay you off and make you stop talking about it, right? So when they was telling you that, they was just pretty much saying like, yeah, people get fucked over in this state and that's just the way it is. It don't make it right, of course, but that's just to give a little more insight to you and to those that's listening why they kept saying this is Delaware.
Makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely ridiculous and tragic. it's a lot of words I could use to describe Delaware and their judicial system. I could do a whole show about it.
Yeah, fact.
So how are you though? How are you? How you doing? How you doing?
Well, for the most part, I mean, I'm always gonna continue to fight and stay strong. I mean, I don't know. Well, you don't know this, but I got a pending case right now, so it's really too much I can't say on it. But I'm like one of the first inmates to ever get a liver transplant.
Okay.
So I was given a liver transplant, and it's kind of crazy about that because they don't give inmates transplants. Like, they don't do that at all.
Right.
So that was like a big mystery behind that. And then also, like, I got, like, when I made the transplant list and they brought me back to Delaware, I got my liver. I received my liver in like 5 hours. So when I came back, I went right back out to receive my liver transplant.
Right.
A lot of people was like that was real suspicious because that is something that they do not give inmates. Like, they will just let you pass away. You know what I mean? So
right.
it's kind of weird, man. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, man, right now the health system here is real bad. I just went out to the hospital last week. You know what I mean? Because they made my liver reject their neglect, but that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, speaking of neglect, let's get into that story. I was told that you're not really getting the medication that you need. Is that true?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I had to cause a little scene today, but they gave me permission. They was like, it's your health, it's your life. The nurses is just inconsistent. So it was my anti-rejection meds. Like, I take prednisone, and prednisone wouldn't stop my liver from rejecting. But they just took me off of it for like 5 days. And I'm trying to explain to them, like, if you take my labs right now, my blood work, it's going to show that my liver is rejecting, which is going to send me right back out, and I got to go through this process all over.
Right.
But they just basically was like, oh, we dropped the ball, I'm sorry. And I tried to explain, like, they were sincere. And the one nurse really cared, so she helped me to get it back. But I explained to her, like, I had to put a grievance in on that. It wasn't about you, but I had to put the grievance in to cover my ass, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's
Well, I'm glad that you're back on your meds. You definitely got to make sure that you keep us up to date with that and what's going on with your meds and your health. I know the healthcare system in prison isn't that great. 5 days, that's unexcusable. Like, what the hell is you had, like, as a nurse, you got one job, so I don't, it's not clicking in my brain how you miss somebody from taking their medicine for 5 days. It sounds like negligence. I don't get it. All right, bro.
definitely a fight.
Yeah, most definitely. So tell the people and me as well, like, what can we do to assist you? Like, how can we help you?
It's crazy that you said that, is because I thought long and hard on that. And it's like, I don't really know. I have to be honest. On the legal aspect, that I don't know. However, I just want to bring awareness to this because I'm pretty sure it's thousands and probably thousands of inmates that went through something similar or getting treated the way I've been treated. We know strangers to racial injustice or racial bias, and that's a fact. But I'm a little upset because it's like all these years has passed, years and years and years, and just now after tragically, a situation with our young black women dying by the hands of police, we really got in this Black Lives Matter movement. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I feel sometimes is inmates, yes, I'm an inmate, but at the time, my life matters too. You know what I mean? I'm not the type of person, like, if I committed a crime, you get locked up, I get it. That's me, though. I'm not speaking for everybody else. If I did it, I did it. I'm going to stand and do mine. However, if a situation is such, if it's wrong, it's wrong. Right is right, wrong is wrong. No matter what the situation is, though, I want to fight for that. You know what I mean? Like, so many people being hung and sitting the life in jail for sitting against, you know what I mean, Caucasian women, Caucasian men. You know what I mean? It's difference in sentence. That's known fact. Statistics that show that. You know what I mean? The statistics outweigh. It's bad. It's real bad, especially here in Delaware. So. Oh
yeah, I know. I got 2 documentaries out on Delaware and their shenanigans, so I definitely dig it, bro. So let me ask you: Are you trying to find new representation or anything like that?
Yes, I am. Okay. I really am, and I'm just gonna keep fighting and try my best. It's just I'm limited because obviously, I've been locked up so long. I don't really know who to contact. Like, the best I can do is like I've reached out to you. Like
Right.
that's what I'm trying to do. Like send emails, anything that I can do to somebody to get them behind me and be a voice. Because like I told you before, like even when it came to like the parole board, I went up for the commutation in front of the parole board. They said my jail record was a good jail record. I didn't get in too many trouble. I'm a good inmate. But for some reason, they kept saying the state police don't want to let me out. And I was trying to explain to them, no disrespect, but what does the state police have to do with my jail record?
Me, right? Yeah,
Like,
that doesn't make sense.
That has nothing to do with that. And it's like, and just because my victim's mother and the family have connections, I get it, but they don't know the facts of the case. Like, if you knew the facts of the case that your daughter died unintentionally, it was an accident, it wasn't no malice intent, no intent at all, I get it, but
So they don't even know what happened.
no, they don't know. They don't know the facts. Because you know, like the police report is different. Like everything doesn't come out in the police report. Until, I mean, you know, you get evidence from the police and Rule 16 discovery, and then stuff started coming out. But all that they know was their daughter died from an out-of-town black man, and that was it.
Right.
So it was sad. Like they never knew. They didn't know. And to be honest with you, the police didn't even know if the gun went off when it dropped or when I jumped off the porch. So that's what. It's sad, man. It's just crazy.
That's a lot, bro. I can only imagine. Well, I'm going to definitely put it out into the atmosphere and shout it all over the place. Let people know what's going on with you. I'll make sure that I add on there that you're looking for a lawyer to help and take your case, you know what I mean, and see what can be done. Is there anything that you want to leave us with?
Yeah, I definitely want to leave everybody with, man. First, I want to thank you. Definitely, your viewers for listening in, man. Just keep fighting, man. Like, it can get tough at times, but at the end of the day, you got to continue. Because that's what it's all about in the end, man. Continue to fight, man. Even if you got to fall on your knees, you can always get back up. If you ain't on your back, you can always get back up and fight, you know what I mean? So, man, continue fighting, man. Those that stand up, stand up. We ain't going to fall for nothing no more. Not. Man, so I definitely, appreciate everything. Thank you.